Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is July 13th, and today we're taking a look at the visible satellite imagery here. You can see we've got some mid and upper level clouds moving through the area, pushing off east. Looks like some thunderstorms could be developing here through the Idaho Panhandle, extreme eastern BC. This brought some thunderstorms to eastern Oregon and eastern Washington yesterday. A couple prolific lightning producers, but these storms were widely scattered. So this will be kicking off during the day today. We're going to have some nice sunshine around the region today. If you look close, you'll see the low clouds moved all the way in towards the Seattle area, Hood Canal region, Washington coast. Much of the Oregon coast has some sunshine this morning, though, but you can see down towards Northern California, the GOES 17 satellite high resolution shows that low cloud infiltration into these little valleys and stuff quite nicely here. But so another few nice days coming up here today, tomorrow, and Friday. Morning low clouds for some areas, nice glorious sunshine for others, and cooling down a little bit from the highs we had the last couple days for western portions of Washington and Oregon. We'll take a look at that. So taking a look at the infrared satellite imagery here, the next trough is digging out over the Gulf of Alaska here. This is eventually going to come settle over the region here, but it's going to weaken a bit, but it could bring some light precipitation amounts to some of the Pacific Northwest. We'll continue to watch that, and I'll show you some maps coming up here. Looking at the HER as we roll through today, you can see Seattle calling for maybe some mid 70s. Portland probably getting to towards 80 degrees today, but you can see still warm eastern Washington, Oregon. Cool along the coast comparatively, and so we are going to have a cool down, probably 8 to 10 degrees for Portland, Seattle today, as we did have a nice marine push last night. Now checking this out here, this is a pretty cool map. They call them integrated cloud water. Now I'm going to speed ahead. This is last night's run. We're going to speed ahead till this morning. You can see it picked up those low clouds. It almost moved into Seattle along the Washington coast, left some of the Oregon coast with the sunshine. And as we scroll through, you're going to notice a pattern here. Afternoon sunshine, low clouds roll in overnight. Then they burn off. Afternoon sunshine, low clouds roll in all the way into Puget Sound. Friday morning, maybe even the Willamette Valley a little bit, covering the Washington, Oregon coast with the onshore flow on Friday morning. Then they burn off for the afternoon. Maybe a few portions of the Washington coast actually won't burn off. But kind of a nice model there. The UW WRF GFS, really good resolution there. You can even see this picking up with some of the low clouds as they move into the valleys of the Olympic Mountains here. So just a great tool. Now checking out Seattle yesterday, 85 degrees, 77 is the normal high, nowhere near that heat wave of 1961 where we had 97, but we should cool down about 8 to 10 degrees today and be closer to average. Portland, 92, again, nice and hot. As we saw, 96 the day before. Average high at this time of year, 82. Going to be closer to that today. Astoria, closer to average yesterday, 68 degrees. Nowhere near that record high of 1906 of 95 degrees. They've been keeping records a long time there. So checking out the average high is 67. Astoria is going to probably be close to that today. Salem, look at really hot again, 95 yesterday, 100 the day before. The average high for Salem is 83. So the further south you go, the warmer it is in the Willamette Valley usually. And here we go for Bellingham, 72. 72 is the average, probably similar today, maybe a degree or two colder. Now checking this out, this is the European last night's run. And I'm just pointing this out to kind of show you the onshore flow pattern is going to remain for the next few days. We don't have any heat waves coming up yet, and then we're going to have a system that rolls through this weekend here. It's tough to pick up even at the surface. Kind of an upper level low will start to roll through on Sunday into Monday. We'll look at that here on the next map. So it's going to keep us, without getting any heat waves and no major storm system rolling through here. But this system, as you can see here, this upper level low will be rolling through Sunday night. You can see it starts to bring some precipitation around the region here. Maybe some thunderstorms to the east of the Cascades, eastern British Columbia, and maybe even some light precipitation for areas like the Puget Sound, Vancouver Islands, southwest BC, the higher terrain especially. So we'll watch this system as it rolls through here the next couple of days here on through the weekend. But today, tomorrow, and Friday should be pretty nice sunshine, and we'll see just what kind of effects this system brings on through Sunday and Monday. I wanted to show you this. There are some fires burning near, looks like the Nevada-California border, but as long as we're in this onshore flow, you can see we're pretty much protected from any smoke from that fire, except for maybe extreme eastern Oregon, Idaho, and Montana. But western portions, especially with this onshore flow, we don't have to worry about forest fires from California at this point. That pattern is likely to change, though, at some point here in July and August, so we'll continue to monitor that. You can see the trough swinging through here as we go through the day today. That's what brought the thunderstorms yesterday, and it kicks out, moves back up to the northeast. New trough develops over the Gulf of Alaska here. And this is what's eventually going to settle over the area this week and give us a chance for some light precipitation. So we might have a chilly day on Sunday or Monday as the system moves through. It's not really showing up too much in the ensembles as of now, but we'll continue to watch that and see what kind of effects it's going to bring here for the Pacific Northwest. This is the GFS showing that trough move through. The next one developing over the Gulf of Alaska, and also showing that trough settling down over the region here as we go through Sunday into Monday morning. So good model agreement there for some troughy activity moving through Sunday on into Monday. So we'll continue to monitor that. Now looking at Portland, you can see the trough really doesn't have that much effect on the temperatures here, but you could see we could trim a couple of degrees off that if the trough really sets up just correctly and, the clouds stay with us all day. We're probably not going to get into the low 80s. This is for Spokane. You can see generally nice conditions as we go on in through the extended here, kind of setting up into that summer pattern where we just sit in those 80-degree marks and could get even a little bit warmer or cooler, again, depending on trough position here. And this is for GFS, Seattle, Tacoma, running probably a little bit too warm. I don't think we're going to get to the low 80s today here for Seattle. We're probably going to be more mid and upper 70s. And then you can see maybe a little bit of drop down here as this trough moves through. So it's kind of hinting at that a bit. So we'll continue to watch that. And there's a new La Nina, just an ensemble run forecast. There should be a monthly update coming up here, I think probably by next week, that kind of gives an updated probability, La Nina probability, but it looks like not much has changed as of now. We are right on the cusp of La Nina conditions. We are at negative 0.5, and that is right on the cusp of being in La Nina conditions. We should drop down a little bit more. Those temperatures should drop down across the central Pacific as we go into the fall and early winter here before we start to bounce back towards possible neutral conditions there. And eventually downstream here in the next year or two, we're probably going to be headed toward El Nino conditions here. But it looks like we could remain into a weak La Nina here through this winter, and that would be the third one in a row. And that will be much talked about here in the next few months once we start getting towards fall and winter, and as the fall and winter season hype starts to get amplified here. So yeah, get out and enjoy these days. I mean, this is classic summertime. You got to enjoy this while it lasts, because you guys know what happens when you get back into the fall and the winter season here. We start to miss these summer days. So enjoy them while they're here. It's going to be some nice, glorious sunshine around the region once these low clouds burn off, and probably some low clouds tomorrow morning and Friday morning as well before we start to swing a system in here for this weekend. That'll probably cool us down a little bit here, but nothing too dramatic coming as of yet. We'll continue to watch that system to see how much precip it's going to bring and what kind of thunderstorm activity that could bring for eastern portions of Washington, BC, Idaho, Montana. So hope you guys are having a good day. Click like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.